All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wealth Wednesday. Happy Coffee Day. Happy FOMC Day. Happy. So let's get going. I'm with Travis as usual.
Morning, everyone.
We're going to do the Wealth Wednesday. Usual BS disclaimer, guys. I've got to do that. So where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Look for the disclaimer. We are not financial advisor. Trading is risky, and invest what you can afford to lose. Okay. Now we are going to go through the Wealth Wednesday stock idea, options, tax efficiency, and asset protections. That's really the stuff that I'm passionate about when we get out of the trading and out of the prop firm. So we'll get back into the scanner later on. We're going to do one big quarterly charts and weekly charts. First and foremost, some cool news for the people who are not in our Think Wealth Differently community. Yesterday I posted a post where I sent myself $4,000 payout. And this morning, after yesterday's session, which I urge everybody to look yesterday's trading session, because those are really the ones where I trade the prop firms and the stuff like this on Tuesday with you guys publicly outside the VIP room. I had another, let me show you here, $10,000 of eligibility. So I'm able to withdraw another $6,689. So this is pretty cool because this allows me this week alone to have a $10,000 withdrawal from Tech Profit Trader. And by the way, as always, use our code to support the community, the code PPI, Probability Power Indicator. PPI, when you do the checkout, they'll give you 30%. That's the best deal that they have going on. 30% and no activation fee on your evaluation account. I don't really promote anything, like I am affiliate of no one, nobody for anything ever, guys. Okay? But I am affiliate because they pay, guys. They just pay. It's well done. The customer service is not great, but their process of paying you, giving you money in your wallet, giving you credits, it's really well done, guys. And when something is well done, and I know you are going to be taken care of, and you are going to be well paid. I love Tech Profit Trader, guys, to have consistent payout. And I like Top Step for longevity, long term. And there's so many other firms, guys. I'm going to continue doing videos on firms that I like, that I get paid on. It's just I didn't have the time right now. Okay. So Wealth Wednesday, we are coming pre-FOMC meeting. And again, we still have those lower high, higher low, this, I call it this fish pattern, So you have this lower high still going on there. Slightly, it's slight lower high like this, right? And you see, it is possible we could do a shoulder, head, shoulder here. I'm not taking the pen because if I open the Zoom, it crashed me. I think it's the Zoom that conflicts or one of my drivers. Then we have the higher lows, right? Higher lows can be a little aggressive. And we're at the bottom of the box, which is the 2021 high, right? 16 to 20 baht. So I think there is going to be a huge battle today for the 20K area, which we already see we are filling again, the 20K. And we are going to be between this 18.5 and that shoulder 20.9. And So 18.5, 18.6, write it down, to that shoulder, 20,009, 21,000 area shoulder there. Okay, you can see it on the division of 30 here, 20,800, 20,800 to the 21,200 shoulder there. Okay, so first and foremost today we are fighting the area of 20,000, then we have 21,000 on the top. Below we have 19.6. So let me show you where I get the 19.6 from. We're going to go from a quarterly chart to a weekly chart now. And let's look at the box, which is in no man's land. And here's my 19.4. That 19.4, see this yellow line right there, is the middle of the boxes. It's smack on the middle of the boxes. It's a huge important line. It's called the equal distance line. That's a 19.5. We were very close yesterday. I think we did a 19.7. So I'm looking potentially a slam to the 19.4, 19.5, and a rebound towards this 28 shoulder, which is here, here, here. Is everybody saying that on the feed? Give me a quick yes, no, guys. I'm doing this for you publicly before I go to the private group, and I'm trying to help you. Okay, so your likes, comments are appreciated. And if we get your support, we'll keep on doing. If not, we'll just come on Tuesday. But I think, to me, those Wealth Wednesdays are probably even more important than the prop firm, because I do the prop firm for income. See, I'm getting $10,000 payout this week. But the Wealth Wednesday is more important because this is where you reinject the money. This is where you definitively make the money. So does that make sense on the NASDAQ? Give me a quick yes, no. It's a simple vision of the board. If we fail this 20,000, we're going to 19.4, area 19.5, slam back up to what? 20,005 to 21,000 there, 21,004 shoulder. Okay? So I will keep it as simple as this for the NASDAQ for now. Okay? Now, Travis, do you see anything? I'm going to, like on NASDAQ, before I move to bonds and stocks. I'll let you go in.
Yeah, I have pretty much the same analysis as you do. Just to point out, we do have a red dash here at the 19,850, and then division red calculator, and yesterday's open around the 19,800. So that at 850, 800 area will kind of be key. Of course, the other red dash is at 750. So very tight support there. So that'll be a big range we'll have to go through if we are going to go down to the 19.5. And of course, a day like today with FOMC is a day that a move like that can happen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like, either they are trapping at 1875 back up above the 20, and we have an 1875 to 20,100, which is the high of the Asian session, or we continue dripping and completing below yesterday's low, which is towards 20,004, 27, 20,000, no, 19,004, 19,005. Okay. What else? Travis. Let's go to the bonds, guys, because the ZN is interesting here. It continues really holding well, this inverted and shoulder. You know, to me, it's business as usual here. See, shoulder, head, shoulder. You put even if you want a range like this, and we continue kind of like, well, even like this. I prefer it like this if you feel and look at it like this. So the bonds are going up. They might play down and smash down to the 110 with FOMC or everything, but they are overall forming that right shoulder, which is leading up to probably a Fed uh, rates drop within the next few months by September, October. What I told you last week is I think the Feds are waiting for the job markets. Number 10, it keeps on pushing here on the downside, guys. I'm looking at my stuff. It's good here. I'm adjusting some position. I've been short since the 1980, guys, on the market, but that's not the point since I'm doing stocks. But look, it's cracking and cracking here. So that's good. Cracking the 19,000. Be careful because if they are chasing yesterday's lows, they are going to the 19.5 slam quickly and then we'll rebuild. But I have 1870 area, 1870 right now is a very big support. So the bond here continues their pattern. I think overall they're waiting for the job number. And I told you, I think we are going to have a problem June, July. June, July, I think we are going to start seeing maybe some of the impact of the tariff, some of the weaker job report. Maybe we slam here, right? Between now and June, July, and then we are going to continue because they are going to anticipate the fact that we are going to decrease rate. So I'll tell you something, the bonds is not super helpful for your trading right now. The thing that is helpful for your trading is the power indicator, volume indicator, the power trend box here, so that you never go against the short trend and the long-term synergies, right? And the VIX, right? But I don't think the Dixie right now, I don't think the Dixie is very helpful as well. It's just like stabilized. Although if you look at the Dixie since the beginning of the year, look, it continues going down, down, right? So probably play the Dixie to the middle line of the power indicator, and you have a new range now, 104 on the resistance side, 102, So the Dixie is here now. And then those are reshort area on the Dixie on the Dows, which is 104, 102. And they are keeping the dollar down, but the target is 95.8 on the dollar. So dollar going down is a good thing for assets overall, guys. Okay? Now let's go to Ethereum. I think all the roads to a crypto pump pass through the 100,000 Bitcoin and Ethereum breaking 2,000. So we continue trying to hold a little bit on the weekly there on this Ethereum. There's still an inverted head and shoulder, but it's not breaking the trend line, as you can see on the probability power indicator. We need to break this trend line. We need to pump down. This is continue going down there. This is good. We have a 870 target there if you're short on Nasdaq. 870 targets, important to watch here. So this inverted and shoulder needs to crack. We need to have a definitive crack of the 2,000, 2,200 on Ethereum to start really having some traction. Because right now, everybody is counting the Ethereum as a dead money, right? And I really think for cryptos to push, we need two conditions. Condition one, Ethereum above 2,000, 2,200. Condition two, we need to sustain a support of 92.5 on the probability power indicator on Bitcoin. And we need to regain very fast, in my opinion, the 100K, psychological 100K. If we sustain the 100K psychological number like around here, right? Then guess what? We are going to 118, 119 on Bitcoin, right? I think the most undervalued play is Ethereum or SUI. Let me look at SUI. SUI has been really a fantastic one for me. That's really the only one that has been really crushing it for me. And see lots of resistance at 375 on SUI. If I could see a SUI pullback at 3, which we are close to 95, middle of the power indicator, I would consider SUI to 6. So at least I have a double, right? I'm buying a penguin. I put, how much money did I say I put in the penguin? Travis, $1,000? Put some money into a penguin meme. And I'm buying this penguin between 0.009 to about 1 cent. And I have a target on the penguin to 1.5. But in another chart, I had a penguin target of 7 cents. It must have been another data provider on Penguin. This is just Coinbase. Yeah, it was another data provider with another exchange. Yeah, I have all the exchange there. But I have put a little money on this penguin just to play with that. My kids are playing with this penguin. I decided to put $1,000 on this one. Now, let's go with the serious stocks for Wolf Wednesday. We're going to take the 3-in-1 power indicator scanners. We are going to look for swing trading opportunity, not long term. We're going to look at a 5-year look back period. We're going to do the day trading at 6 months. We're going to do this, and we're going to start by swing trading. So let's see what it pumps. So right now, did the scanner update it? I'm looking by, we talked about it, AMD, big one for me. For the past few weeks, I talked to you about AMD. So hopefully you made some move on AMD. There was a smash on the blue, buy on blue, sell on purple. There's a 60 to 80, so 75 put. I told you last week was an interesting 70, 75 put. I think you need to be a little bit more aggressive now. It's probably a 75 to 85 deep out of the money put for income on AMD and continuing accumulating the asset. All of this for me is a continuation of accumulating asset. 85, 95 on AMD. Price target on AMD will be 203 this year, maybe this head and shoulder. 203 by the end of the year, and have a potential return on investment of 130% with the probability power indicator. So I have been loading on AMD. As a matter of fact, on the small company retirement portfolio, let me see. I'll tell you my main position and I'll show them to you again. I show that. There's no hiding. There's $33,000 on this little account right there. Ding, 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 ding. Here, so you can see all my positions here. And so I'm going to read them one by one to you. Tesla, Palantir, NVIDIA, Google, AMD. So you know those are my core where I put money on the small portfolio. Small portfolio is always the most aggressive portfolio. And then I have the almost $300,000 retirement accounts also that I've managed, and I will give you an update only in about 4 weeks. I will give update on the retirement accounts every 4 to 6 weeks now. I don't need to do that every week, but it's doing well. It's back close to $300,000. So in December it was 284. Now it's close to $300,000, and the Nasdaq tanked 20%. So we did extremely well. You can see the previous video where I show you that I went and leveraged cash, increased cash, and bought a lot of stuff. So here it is, the small portfolio. You can see, I don't know. Can you see, Travis? It's hard to see the positions and stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to see it.
What about like this? Is that better for everybody? Should be better, no? Yeah? Anyway, Palantir, Tesla, Nvidia, Google, AMD. I think I'm going to decrease Tesla, anything that is retail, and increasing AMD. And I think my core should be Palantir, Nvidia, Google, AMD for the company retirement. On the other things, on the $300,000 portfolio, I have a lot more stuff. Okay. What else? So we did AMD. Let's look at the core four before I leave and before I go to the private group. For the people who came late, I am eligible already for $10,000 of payout, $6,000 as of this morning, right? You can see at the bottom right, 5.7, 6,889 right there. And I just as well did a required payout yesterday from yesterday's stream of 4,000. So it's a $10,000 week on one account only. One freaking pro account, only $10,000. This is why I love prop firms. This is why I urge you to love prop firms and master prop firms to have income that you reinject into those retirement account plays or $300,000 retirement accounts. This is how you build it. You add to it. You like add and add and add. Then it's $500,000. Then you have your real estate. Then you have your prop firms. Then you have your companies. And guess what? That plus that plus that plus that plus that, you have a net worth of 5 to 10 million. And that's how it goes by the time you are 70 years old, guys. Okay? So the next stock we are going to look at, I'm going to remove the scanner. I'll look at the trading opportunity later, but the next stocks we are going to look at is going to be Palantir. This has been my biggest winner by far. It retouched the top, buy on blue, sell on purple, retouched the top of the box and rejected again at 125. Be careful if Palantir smash back to 95 before it goes to 140. And if we don't have a split, if there's no split 3-for-1 coming, I will get out of Palantir. Maybe I'll keep 100 shares, but don't forget I had 800 shares plus 100 shares. I started at 900 shares of Palantir with a cost basis of $19.50 2 years ago. And the retirement account, it's proven, it's on the Day Trading Zones channel. You can look at past video. Look, I don't have to babysit you for that. Okay? So if I don't get my split and it goes back below 95 and sustains below 95, I might pare down. If it's hold 95, shoot 140, and I don't have a split, then my entire premise of keeping Palantir is not only the company itself and what it does, but I want a split. So even if it's overvalued, I have such a low cost basis. If I get my split 3-for-1, I don't care. I'll keep it for 20 years, like freaking until I need the money, right? Next, We're going to go to NVIDIA. I own NVIDIA as well. Same idea as Palantir. Be careful of a smash back at 101. I have a target of 134. So I think NVIDIA is going to go from one division to one division of the power indicator, 101, 134. Next, we're going to look at Google. It's part of my top 4. I love Google here. Limited downside, 158. Lots of upside, head and shoulder, 189. One side of the calculator to the other side of the power indicators. I love it. I add it to my retirement account. I add it to my portfolios. I like this 158, 189. Be careful of the shoulder if it doesn't shoot out to the top of the next calculator of 217 for a new high, right? I think we have limited downside here. This 150, 158 to the 190 shoulder till June, July, and then be very careful of that July, October period this year, because if the unemployment is going to be weaker, we will have to wait data for the Feds to force the hands of the Feds to decrease the rates, okay? Last but not least, before I go to the private group, we've done Google, we've done Palantir, we've done NVIDIA, we've done AMD. Which one am I missing here on my top 4? Tesla. Let's go on Tesla. Tesla is my least favorite. It doesn't even show anymore. Like, look here. Does it shows? I don't remember. Does it shows? Yeah, Tesla still shows on the 3-in-1 scanner, AMD, Ethereum, SMCI being the best, but I'm not touching SMCI. I don't really understand the business model and the manipulation and the stuff. So I stick to Ethereum, AMD, NVIDIA, Google. I'm not even sure Google is in my, let me see if Google is there. See, Google, is Google there? See, I don't have Google. I'm going to add Google right now. I don't know why Google is not there. And we need Google. Which one? I think I have everything else that I want to. Okay. Let's see if Google shows up now. Yeah, Google is kind of towards the bottom. But let's see if I go from swing trading to long-term investing with all times look-back period on all data on the stock with the scanner. Yeah, Google is kind of still here at 30%. See, Palantir is in the red. We need to be careful of that 118, 140 resistance on Palantir because we still have some Palantir. But as Palantir has gone up and up and up, I took. But I think I own about 300 shares still of Palantir total. I have 60 here on the little portfolio. 60 shares of Palantir. I'm waiting for splits. If I don't get my split on Palantir, obviously I'm not going to stick to Palantir. If Palantir doesn't go 140 and split, I will continue trimming Palantir. But I've trimmed a lot, guys. I have 900 shares of Palantir. Now I have only 260 or 360 shares of Palantir. I like my AT&T. I like my Verizon. They are slow, consistent performers with the dividends as well. I like to stay away from retail, right? Did we do the long term? Yeah, we did the long term. See, AT&T, Verizon started showing up. I need to add more stocks from my portfolio here. Since there's only 14, but if you look at my portfolio, the stock, I look at my watch list, There's a lot more stuff going on. If you look at crypto, stacks has been moving. SMCI has been moving, which it was in the top of the scanner. AT&T has been moving. What has been crushed? That's the question. Palantir. Palantir has been crushed yesterday, 12%, down 14 points. See, this I have to pay attention because I told you Palantir, there's a 95 support. Palantir must hold 95. So this 12% down on Palantir, you want to figure what happened with that. Okay? Guys, I love you. I got to move. Go back to my VIP group. $4,000 paid yesterday from some of the stuff I did from the previous week. But most importantly, if you missed it earlier on, $6,000 eligible now. So look, I'm going to take this stupid code thing. You can see at the bottom right, 8:46 a.m. I took the image, 5/7. I'm eligible on one account for another $6,600. So it's a total payout eligibility of $10,000. One account, one prop firms take profit account, take profit, one pro account, and I'm eligible for $10,000 this week. I have another pro account. Hopefully I'll get paid too, but that's the beauty of the prop firms. You know, I manage at all time 10 to 25 accounts, and I get paid from different prop firms, different accounts every time. Okay. I love you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8:45. Remember, we are on the Power Indicator channel. We are on Tools Thursday, Indicator Thursday. We take the tools, we break down the tools, how they help you make those crazy trades that we are doing live in front of you for the prop firms, for the retirement accounts, how they are helpful without false BS promises that everybody always give you. I'm out of here. Love you all. Everybody, see you tomorrow, 8:45, Power Indicator YouTube channel.